This is a straight arm band pull apart while you're moving your arms into flexion or full shoulder flexion. When you're producing this motion, you're really trying to keep your spine as much out of the picture as possible. So you can lay flat on the floor like this with your legs propped up, and you're going to get your spine completely flat against the floor. So you can do a dry run with your straight arms and no band and simply see how far you can reach over your head before your low back wants to arch off the floor. As soon as your back starts to want to move, that's your end range flexion. So for me, I can get my arms all the way up over my head, but maybe not everybody can. So if you feel like your spine starts to arch, well, that's the end of your flexion. Do not let your spine arch the floor. Now, the way it looks, you're going to take a band or a belt. It doesn't matter as long as you have something to really push hard into trying to pull your arms away from each other. So from here, I'm going to get my band around my hand with my elbows straight. I'm going to pull apart just until I get to kind of the outside of my rib cage with my hands. So from here, pointing straight to the ceiling, I keep pulling apart as I slowly reach all the way up into full flexion. Once I hit that end range, I come straight back down, pointing to the ceiling again. And this is a time under tension set or a continuous tension set. I'm not worried about how many reps you do. I'm worried about you continuously maintaining this tension as you work through the full range for the full duration of the time. You can see the pace I'm moving at. It's not a bad pace for you to try on your own. All the way up. You'll notice that your range of motion starts to get a little smaller as you get fatigued, and that's okay. Once you're done with your time, you can release that and you can rest. If you have good control over your spinal motion as you're going through this, you can also try it seated in a chair, or you could try it seated on the floor with your legs crossed or your legs out in front of you. I will say that this is probably the more challenging of those three, being in a chair or sitting cross-legged or with your legs out in front. So I'll do it with my legs crossed just to show you, but it's the exact same thing. You're going to sit up nice and tall. You're not letting your back do any arching, so you got to stay real braced through your belly. You're going to straighten out those arms, pull them apart until you just get outside the ribs. Maintain a solid trunk and spine. As you raise up overhead, I have to stop right about there. Lower back down, fist pointed forward. Again, it would be a continuous tension set. So you're just looking for time under tension of continuous motion until you're done with your prescribed time.